Pass over matter, serial number 9. Ravindranath A. Passed over matter, serial number 9, Ravindranath.
ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದ್ರದಲ್ವಾ ಪಾಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸರಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಚಲಾನ್.
Serial number for dictating order, serial number 28.
11. पहले और अदर साइड.
Ravi Shankar is he has left the town for the noon anta ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. So he'll be back on Monday anta ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. Ravi Shankar is back on Monday. So can be on Monday for the same statement.
So please tell us what is wrong in the order.
Not now. The writ minutes was filed on the premise.
Use the mic.
The writ was filed on this premise.
Yes.
It has been filed on the premise that certain lands were acquired, and the society had tendered a sanction for plan with respect to the areas concerned. Now, by virtue of the plans which have been rendered, lands which are not acquired, private properties of the petitioner, have been brought into the folds of that plan. Now, by virtue of certain interim orders passed at the hands of this honorable court, it was observed by the coordinate bench that these are the land parcels which are absolutely not acquired. BDA is required to answer that part. Now, the impleading applicants claim that they are members of the society. Kindly see this. So the plan belongs to the society, or I would say the author of the plan is the society, and the sanctioning authority of that plan is the BDA. Now, intermediate these two people, in between these two people, I don't think the members would have any role. The only people who are liable to answer before this court is number one, the BDA. Number two, the society as to the fact whether.
No, but then these people who want to come on record,
they claim that
they are purchasers from an allotee.
And if correct, your lordship saw that they are purchasers from such allotee. Now, if your lordship sees their sale deeds, they predate the plan itself. In the sense, these sale deeds, under which they are claiming, they predate the plan itself.
Yes.
2001 was the original plan where my lands were not included.
Should they not be heard?
That is why the court said, or all of us agreed, that they can participate through the proceeding. And we have no objection. They can be here. They can assist the court. Now they want to say that I am a necessary party. They are not a necessary party. For this only reason that they have nothing to do with the plan, and that sale deeds on which they rely upon does not have the plan in place at all. That is the exact point what I was trying to make out. Their sale deeds are not pertaining to the plan. Plan agakina munchene sale deeds avurdu. And this they want to come in place before this honorable court. That was the only issue. In fact, the main writ itself can be disposed of. It does not take more than 5 to 7 minutes. On the last occasion also, it had to come in the B group, because the BDA had not filed the reply in terms of the previous order. It has.
But in a way, is it not better for you to?
It will become endless.
No. Is it not better for you so that these people are also bound by the order? Whatever order that is going to be passed in the writ petition, it will also bind those persons who are purchased. Is it not good for you?
Your lordships are absolutely right in saying that it will possibly
litigation
because this is turning out to be endless. Your lordships are looking at it.
All right.
This is turning out to be endless.
Will dispose it off.
Can your lordships have it on Monday for that?
Application, I think whatever we have done is
I have no. It's all right. Your lordships have come to that conclusion. Monday, so that it can be heard. Let it be in the same stage. Either orders or interlocutory application.
Come on 20th. Thursday.
Thursday is it?
11th Thursday. Tirga Eurogi no suit civil suit, there will be no into litigation. At least if they're reined in this particular writ petition itself, all contentions they can get.
The whole problem is not, this society has been not tendering plans like this, usurping private properties. And not, these are people who claim that my allotee had a sale date of the year 2001. This alleged plan not is of the year 2008. This is the,
Right, but ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಲ್ಲ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಆ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಹೋಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೂಟ್ ಹಾಕಿ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಷನ್.
your lordships can make necessary orders to that. They're anyway there before the court. I'm not saying not they should be, not they can be hired as proper parties, not necessary. Not it will create a not series of litigations after this, because we have seen the society and not its antics in litigation.
They say that they should be heard, then they will say that we did not produce documents. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ತೊಂದರೆ ತಾಪತ್ರೆಯನ್ನ eradicate ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ we are permitted for the limited purpose of sailing with the society. They can't say anything more than what the society would say. So they will sail with the society. Whatever contentions they urge will be along with the society. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು.
Can I request, all right, then I'll let it there in the safe hands of your lordships with the observation what your lordship just said now. If it can be incorporated,
Yes,
that they cannot have a say beyond the society, it is deemed so.
They can't say anything beyond.
It is deemed so, it is deemed so. Then,
It's mentioned in the order.
very well, sir. Thursday, if it is then not at the stage of,
Next, correct.
can it be in the stage of orders or IM, not so that,
ಈ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಗೆ ಬರೋದು.
adu BDN or reply hakilla. Non-compliance of the order, the item number 3 in that.
B group, because 2016 matter, 18 matter, it will definitely reach. Only thing is you should come to the court.
Not, I'll be there, my apologies for that. My apologies.
Serial number 28.
ಕೊಡಿ ಇದಿಲ್ಲ.
Minutes. I appeal for petitioner, my lords.
Petition is allowed in part. The request of the petitioner for reconveyance, reallotment of the site bearing number 389 bracket BDS site number 304A is rejected. However, the petitioner is directed to file his application claiming benefit under section 38D of the BD Act 1976 within a month from the date of receipt of a copy of this order. The respondent number 2 and 3 shall consider the case of the petitioners in the light of section 38D of the BD Act 1976 and pass appropriate orders. It is needless to mention that the respondents would be at liberty to claim the regularization charges as applicable as on the date of the impugned order. This shall be complied with in a period of 3 months from the date of the petitioner filing an application seeking the benefit of section 38D of the BD Act 1976. Until the consideration of the application filed by the petitioner, respondents 2 and 3 shall not take any steps to demolish or damage any existing construction or site number 389 formed in survey number 28/3 of Yadiur Nagasandra village within brackets BDS site number 3047/A. Yes.
Very grateful, my lords.
Yes, next, Karir.
Serial number 29. Anup Harnadi.
For the petitioner,
Ah,
it's a case, my lord, where there is a delay of 13 years.
yes. You-
Quota number 4 is held up.
Hmm.
In fact, my lord, SLO is the person who issues a letter saying that these lands are not required.
No, he said that it was at your request, the land was sought to be
It
denotified
was-
and
it
all the
was-
stuff.
At the first instance, it was SLO who issues a letter that these lands are not required. Thereafter, now we follow up first, either they issue section
No,
4.
he
not-
said that you have given representations.
Right, I'll produce the doc, I have produced.
Learn counsel for the respondent seeks time. List on when?
ನಾಳೆ
Nale. Nale.
Please. Interim order.
Interim order granted it. Earlier is extended till the next date.
Serial number 45.
Sundaresh, HC.
Please, ma'am.
Ah,
Site was allotted in the year 1999, my lord. In the name of Srimati Peddaka. Site measurement is 2030, my lord. Then, my lord, on 8/4/2000, my lord, the allotment letter had been, letter was been issued. A letter has been sent to the post, sent to the allottee, my lord, through post.
yes.
The same was returned, my lord, as per annexure R1, my lord.
Hmm.
ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ
Yes.
no such person in the address. R1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
Yes, yes.
ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ Then my lord, on 24/10/2000, the BDA had issued paper advertisement calling upon the allotee to collect the allotment letter as per
ಇವ್ರ
annexure
ಹೆಸರು ಇದೆಯಾ?
R2. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಇವ್ರ ಹೆಸರು ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಹೌದು.
ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀನಾರಾಯಣ.
ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀನಾರಾಯಣ ರೈಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ
ಪೆದ್ದಕ್ಕ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ.
ಇದೆ ಪೆದ್ದಕ್ಕ ಅಂತ. ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀನಾರಾಯಣ ಬರೋದು 2016 ಇಂದ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ.
ಅವ್ರ ಮಗನ?
ಅವ್ರ ಮಗ ಅಂತ ಸೆಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಸನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
ಸೆಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ?
ಅಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರ ಮಗ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ. ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್.
ಎಸ್ ಪೆದ್ದಕ್ಕ.
ಹೌದು. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಇನ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಟು ದಿ ನೋಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಡ್.
Yes, go ahead.
In response to the notification issued during December 1999 for allotment of 2030 sites, the BDA had sent the allotment intimations to the concerned allottees by registered post with acknowledgement due during May 2000, but some allotment letter have come back undelivered. Therefore, the allottee mentioned below should meet the concerned deputy secretary in person and obtain the allotment letter for the sites allotted to them. Then my lord, on 10/11/2000, the allottee gave a request letter for issuance of allotment letter as per annexure R3 my lord.
Yes.
annexure R3 ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಹೆಬ್ಬೆಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ ತಮ್ಮ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸಿ ಅಂತ. Then my lord, ನಾವು thereafter my lord, the BDA issued an endorsement on 8/12/2000 annexure R4. ಅವ್ರ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡಿ ನಿಮ್ದು ಏನೇನಿದೆ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಎಂಡಾರ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ. annexure R4.
Correct, but ಏನು?
ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ದೆನ್ annexure R5 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ನೀವು ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಇನ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಬಂದು ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ annexure R5 given by the petition request letter. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ಇರೋದು ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತಾರೆ.
ಕಲಿಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಏನಿದೆ? ಅಲ್ಲ
ಬರೀಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಬ್ಬೆಟ್ ಇದೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ.
ಆಯ್ತು, ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಏನಂತ
ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಯಾರು ಬರೆದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದ್ರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇವ್ರ ಮುಂದೆ, ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿ ಮುಂದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ನೋಟ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ
ಪೆದ್ದಕ್ಕನ್ ಮಗನೋ ಅಲ್ವೋ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಲರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ವೆದರ್ ದಿ ಪಿಟಿಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೆದ್ದಕ್ಕ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅದರ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇನು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ.
ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೈಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸೈಟ್ ತಲುಪಿಲ್ಲ.
2016 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇವ್ರು ಬಂದು ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ?
16 years ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ.
ಸೈಟೇ ಇಲ್ಲ,
ಸೈಟ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸೈಟ್ ಅನಕ್ಷರ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ಲಿ ಸಿ ಅನಕ್ಷರ್ R8 ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್. ಆ ನೈಸ್ ರೋಡ್ ಸೈಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾರಾ 2 ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಲೆಟರ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಿವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಕೊಡುವಂತ ಅದರಂತೆ ಬಡಾವಣೆ ನಕ್ಷೆ ಸ್ಥಳ ಪರಿಶೀಲಿಸಲಾಗಿ ನಿವೇಶನ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ 675 ಬನಶಂಕರಿ 5ನೇ ಅಂತ ಸರ್ವೆ ನಂಬರ್ 9, 10 ಮತ್ತು 11 ಒಡ್ರಪಾಳ್ಯ ಗ್ರಾಮದಲ್ಲಿ ರಚನೆಯಾಗಿರುವ ಪ್ರಾಧಿಕಾರದ ಬಡಾವಣೆಯ ಮೂಲ ಮಂಜೂರಾದ ಬಡಾವಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಕ್ಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಳವಡಿಸಲಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಆದರೆ ವಾಸ್ತವವಾಗಿ ಸದರಿ ನಿವೇಶನ ಇರುವ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನೈಸ್ ರಸ್ತೆ ಹಾದು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು ಪರಿವೀಕ್ಷಣೆ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡು ಬಂದಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ
ಬಟ್ ಅದು ರಿಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ?
ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಬಟ್ ಯು ನಾಟ್ ರಿಜೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್,
ರಿಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ
ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ ಸಬ್ಸಿಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ 2016 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಪಿಟಿಷನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಎ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಟು ದಿ BDA. ಆ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಗೇನ್ they approached this honorable court. The coordinate bench of this honorable court has directed the BDA to consider the representation of the petitioner. Accordingly, when annexure M was issued, rejecting his claim.
What is there to show that you are the son of this Peddaka?
That I have not produced, but there is no dispute about that.
No dispute, Andre? Nobody has gone into that question.
Suppose if they raise any disputes, well, then I will produce the document.
Well, first you should produce it
Yes,
because
I-
there is some
produce.
doubt.
Yes.
Peddaka
If they are having a doubt, then-
chain ಆಗ್ತಾಳೆ.
Then I.
ಪ್ಲಸ್
I will
16 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರೋದು ಮೇಲೆ 2016 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ 2000 ಆಗ ಅಲರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋಂಥ ಸೈಟ್ ನ 2016 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನಡೆಸುವ.
ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. The petitioner has sought for it in the nature of certiorari to set aside the endorsement bearing number so and so dated so and so issued by the respondent number 3, cancelling the allotment of a site. Full stop. She has also sought for it in the nature of mandamus to consider her. He has also sought for it in the nature of mandamus to consider his representation dated 24/4/2017 for allotment of an alternate site. As per the order dated 19/11/2020 in WP number 40786 of 2019 and 6/11/2020 in WP number 13658 of 2015. Sorry. 22681 of 2015 and the order dated 7/4/2016 in WP number 13658 of 2015. Next paragraph. The petitioner contends that in the year 1989, the respondent number 2 had formed a layout to commemorate the birth anniversary, birth centenary, no, birth anniversary, birth centenary, birth centenary, birth centenary of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar for allotment of sites in favor of persons belonging to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, and for economically weaker section, and also for persons belonging to economically weaker section. Full stop. The respondent number 2 invited applications for allotment of sites, pursuant to which the mother of the petitioner filed an application for allotment of 20/30 site under the SC category. The respondent number 2, after considering the application and taking into consideration the number of attempts made by the mother of the petitioner, the respondent number 2 allotted a site bearing number 675 at Banshankari 5th stage in survey number 9, 10 and 11 of Vadrapalya. Full stop. And a letter of allotment was also issued in her favor on 11/4/2000. Full stop. The allotment cost was rupees 33,490, which was required to be deposited within 3 years from the date of communication of the letter of allotment. Petitioner contends that his mother did not receive the letter of allotment as she had changed her residential address. Full stop. Thereafter, the respondent number 2 issued a publication in Times of India daily newspaper dated 24/10/2000, calling upon the allottees mentioned therein to appear in person and obtain the letter of allotment. Full stop. The name of the mother of the petitioner was found in the said publication. Full stop. Petitioner contends that he approached the respondent with a representation dated 10/11/2000 requesting for the letter of allotment. In response to the said representation, the respondent number 2 issued a letter dated 8/12/2000 and directed the petitioner to meet the respondent number 3 along with necessary documents. Full stop. The petitioner's mother then approached the respondent number 3 along with the representation and produced all documents called for. Full stop. Petitioner claims that his mother died and thereafter he started approaching the respondent number 3 with a request to issue a letter of allotment in his favor. Full stop. Petitioner contends that the respondent number 2 had issued circulars in the year 2007 and 2010 permitting the acceptance of balance title value along with interest of 21% per annum from allottees of small sites who had defaulted in payment of the cital value within the stipulated time. Full stop. In line with this circular, the petitioner submitted a representation dated 9/2/2016 and 15/4/2016, offering to pay up the allotment price with 21% interest, and also sought for allotment of an alternate site. Since the respondents failed to consider his request, he approached this court in WP number 24568 of 2016, which was allowed, and the respondents were directed to consider the representation in accordance with law. Full stop. The petitioner again approached the respondent with a request to allot an alternate site. Full stop. The respondent number 3 then issued the impugned endorsement rejecting the request of the petitioner for allotment of the alternate site on the ground that the petitioner had approached the court after 16 years from the date of allotment. Full stop. Petitioner contends that in similar circumstances, coordinate benches of this court in WP number 40786 of 2019, WP number 22681 of 2015, and WP number 3658 of 2015 have allowed the request of the petitioners therein to pay the allotment price along with interest. He contends that the aforesaid orders were challenged in writ appeal 49 of 2022 and other connected appeals which were dismissed with an order dated 23/9/2022. The petitioner therefore is before this court challenging the impugned endorsement issued by the respondent number 3. Next, for the Learned Counsel for the petitioner submitted that the petitioner had changed a residential address, and therefore the letter of allotment that was sent to the petitioner's earlier address was not served. He contends that the respondent had thereafter issued a publication in the newspaper calling upon the allottees who had defaulted in allottees who did not receive the letters of allotment to appear before the respondent number 3 and collect the letters of allotment. He contends that this publication was cast in Times of India dated 2/11/2000. Soon after coming to know of the said allotment, the petitioner's mother appeared before the respondent number 2 and submitted a representation on 10/11/2000 seeking allotment of the site, seeking the letter of allotment. Full stop. He contends that the petitioner was advised to furnish certain documents by the respondent number 2 in terms of an endorsement dated 8/12/2000. Full stop. The petitioner furnished the said documents on 9/4/2001. However, no steps are taken thereafter for allotment of a site. Full stop. We therefore praise that the impugned endorsement be set at naught and a direction be issued to the respondents to allot the site. The writ petition is opposed by the respondents 2 and 3 who have filed a statement of objections contending that in the year 1988, the BDA had invited applications for allotment of site measuring 20 feet into 30 feet and full stop. It is contended that Srimati Peddakka had applied for a site BDA application number 1213, which was registered as number 107069. Thereafter, the respondent number 2 allotted a site bearing number 675, BDA allotment letter bearing number 024025, formed in survey number 9, 10, 11 of Vadrapalya. The allotment letter which was sent to the address of the allottee on 28/4/2000 returned unserved with an endorsement double and comma, no such person in the above address, inverted comma, close. Thereafter, the respondent number 2 issued a publication in Times of India newspaper informing the allottees to appear before the respondent number 2 and collect the letters of allotment. The respondent 2 and 3 have admitted that Srimati Peddakka has submitted a representation on 10/11/2000 stating that due to change of address, she could not receive the letter of allotment and hence requested the respondent number 2 to issue the letter of allotment. It is contended that in the said letter, Srimati Peddaka had affixed her thumb impression. Full stop. Based on the said letter, the respondent number 2 issued an endorsement dated 8/12/2000 directing her to submit documents. Full stop. It is contended that the allotee had submitted some documents on 11/4/2001. However, in the covering letter enclosing the documents, the signature of Srimati Peddaka was found. It is contended that as Srimati Peddaka did not appear in person before the respondent number 2 to collect the letter of allotment, an endorsement was issued. Endorsement dated 8/12/2000 was issued, rejecting the request of the petitioner. Full stop. It is thus contended that the petitioner has approached this court after 16 years from the date of rejection of the endorsement, after rejection of the representation of Srimati Peddaka, and hence the petition is hit by delay and laches. Full stop. With these and similar other contentions, it is contended that the petitioner is not entitled for allotment of a site, as the site that was allotted was already used for the formation of a road in
Banashankari fifth stage.
Banashankari fifth stage.
Nice road ಹೋಗಿರೋದು. Nice road, sir.
Used for the nice road
Nice.
linking Banashankari fifth stage. Full stop. The Lord Counsel for the response 2 and 3 reiterated the above submissions and contended that the petitioner has approached this court belatedly and no indulgence can be shown to the petitioner, more particularly when the site in question is already used up for formation of a nice road. So I consider submission by responses also. Next para. The petitioner claims to be the son of Srimati Peddaka, although no documents in that regard are placed before this court. Be that as it may, Srimati Peddaka had applied for allotment of a site under the scheduled caste category. Full stop. It appears that Srimati Peddaka had made several attempts before the site in question was allotted to her by the respondent number 2. Full stop. The respondent number 2 has not disputed the fact that the letter of allotment that was sent to the address of Srimati Peddaka returned unserved, as there was no such person in the address. The respondent number 2, thereafter having published a publication in Times of India daily newspaper calling upon the allottees who had not received the allotment letters to appear before the respondent number 2 and collect the allotment letters, must have entertained the request of Srimati Peddaka when she appeared for the first time before the respondent number 2 on 10/11/2000. However, the respondent number 2 called upon Srimati Peddaka to place on record some documents which she promptly placed on record, furnished on 9/4/2001. Full stop. The respondent number 2, instead of concluding the letter of concluding the allotment by executing necessary deed to convey the site, has issued the impugned endorsement on the rejecting the request of Srimati Peddaka on the ground that after 16 years, the petitioner had approached this court. So, next para. When Srimati Peddaka had made repeated attempts seeking allotment of a site, and after a long effort, if she was allotted a site, the respondent number 2 must have taken every step, must have taken all steps to ensure that the allotment is concluded by executing a sale deed. Full stop. When the petitioner, when Srimati Peddaka had appealed before the respondent along with the documents, the respondent ought to have taken immediate measures to conclude the transaction. Full stop. It appears that Srimati Peddakka has expired and the petitioner has now approached this court to assailing the endorsement issued by the respondent, rejecting the request of Srimati Peddakka to allot an alternate site. Full stop. The respondent, having issued a publication in the year 2000 and Srimati Peddakka having produced all documents in the year 2000 itself, in the year 2001 itself, the respondent number 2 ought to have taken proactive measures to allot the site, more particularly when the allotment was designed, when the layout was designed for allotment to persons belonging to scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. And the layout itself was formed to commemorate the centenary celebration of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. In that way of the matter, the impugned endorsement issued by the respondent number 2 is not only arbitrary but clearly a colorable exercise of power, and hence the same is liable to be set at naught. Consequently, the writ petition is allowed. The impugned endorsement bearing number so and so dated so and so is quashed. The respondent number 2 is directed to forthwith take steps to identify a suitable site for allotment to the petitioner. Full stop. If no site is available in the layout where the site was allotted, the respondent number 2 shall take steps to identify a suitable site in any other nearby layout and allot the same to the petitioner. This is, however, subject to the petitioner satisfying the respondent number 2 that he is the son of Srimati Peddakka. This shall be complied within 3 months from the date of receipt of a copy of this order.
Please. Serial number 9.
ಆಯ್ತಾ?
ಆಯ್ತು. ಹಾಗೆ
Where is Mr. Ravindranath?
ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ
ರವೀಂದ್ರನಾಥ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ನಂಬರ್ ಇದೆ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ, 98454
ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ.
31626. ಕಾಲ್ ಹಿಮ್.
ಐ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಟ್ವೈಸ್. ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನಾನು.
ನಂಬರ್ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಇದೆ ನಾನು. ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಕರಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್
47.
Mr. Mahesh Uppin, Unnikrishnan.
One Ram Rao was the owner of the.
Huh?
One Ram Rao Lord was the owner of the land bearing survey number 488/1, 488/2, totally measuring 3 acres 32 guntas. In the year 1972, Lord, it was initially sought to be acquired for formation of road, Lord, by the then CITB. Subsequently, Lord, CITB Lord, resolved to reconvey this land, Lord, to the owner of the land, Lord. As per that, Lord, a resolution was passed, Lord, as per Annexure A, resolving, Lord, to reconvey the land. Thereafter, Lord, as per a sale deed was also executed as per Annexure B, Lord, page number 24, to the extent of 14,902 square yards. Remaining 3,490 square yards, they are yet to execute, Lord. Regarding that, Lord, a resolution was also passed at Annexure C, page number 33, resolving, Lord, to execute the reconvey remaining portion also.
Who are you?
Please, Lord.
How are you concerned with
Lord,
Mr. Ram Rao?
the petitioners 3 to 7 are, Lord, LRs of Ram Rao, Lord. Petitioner 1 and 2, Lord, are the agreement holders from the LRs of the Ram Rao. Annexure C is the document, Lord, resolving to execute. Wife of the endorsement annexure D, my lord, page
No,
35.
please, we want to see this Ram Rao, Krishna Rao, ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಇದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ. Please bring them to the court.
I will get him,
ಕರ್ಸಿ.
please.
ಯಾವಾಗ?
Monday, my lord.
The petitioners who were holders of an agreement of sale, petitioners 1 and 2, who
One and-
purportedly were agreements, holders of an agreement of sale from the petitioners 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, comma,
They are agreement holders from the wife of Ram Rao.
from the wife of wife of Sri Ram Rao. Full stop. Here my sentence is the petitioners 1 and 2 purportedly held an agreement of sale in respect of 3490 square yards in survey number 488 and 489. 488 bar 1 and 488 bar 2 of Kempapura Agrahara. And at their instance, comma, the petitioners 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 are implicated as co-petitioners. So therefore, in order to verify whether the petitioners 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 are sailing with the petitioners or not, comma, the learned counsel for the petitioners is directed to keep them present before the court on the next date of hearing. List on yavat?
Monday.
Monday ಬೇಡ. ಯಾವತ್ತು? 20th, huh? 20th. 20th.
Serial number 48.
ಅವರು ಸಬ್ಸಿಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಂಪ್ಲೀಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಈ ಕೇಸ್.
ಅವ್ರು ಇಂಪ್ಲೀಡ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿರೋದ?
ಅದೇ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ವಕಾಲ.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬನ್ನಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ. There's some doubt. The way in which the petition was filed and thereafter they were implemented gives an impression. Yes, Mr. Sundaresh.
Page number 19.
Page number?
19.
ಓವರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ವೈಟ್ನರ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಓವರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ. ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
ಸೈಟ್ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಯಾವ ಸೈಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಓವರ್ ರೈಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಡಿ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ.
ಯಾವಾಗ?
3-4 days ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದೊಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಓವರ್ ರೈಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೆಳಗಡೆನೂ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ತುಂಬಾ ಓವರ್ ರೈಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ.
ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಚೂರು ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 4 days ಫೈಲ್ ಸಿಕ್ತಿದೆ.
The learned counsel for the response 1 to 3 seeks time. Again seeks time, sorry. List on yavattu? Vishnu Murthy.
Serial number 49. Vishnu Murthy.
Yes, Karthikeyan.
Petitioner, your lordship, directed to respond to check the site number 62 and produce the Panchanama, your lordship.
Office director show them, yavattu?
Site number 62 ಅಂತ ತಕೊಂಡು directed to respondent.
Therefore, learned counsel for the response directed to secure information whether site number 203, 204 found in survey of 20 is vacant and whether, yaru, Karthik? There's some order passed on 10/7. Nodidira? No. I will look at this order.
203, 204 already allotted to some other persons, your 3 ಇಲ್ಲ. 62 ಮಾತ್ರ. So oversight I submitted last time, your lordship.
ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ಬೇಕು.
Award?
ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ is what I understood. Because that was a submission that was made with respect to the entire extent of the Gutta. And the award details
Correct. Our claim ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು 62.
62. Site number 62.
ಅವ್ರೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು 203, 204 ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ ಫೋಟೋಸ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ.
ಹೌದು.
So therefore I ask you to verify
inspection ಮಾಡಿಸಿ.
site of is vacant and very considerable. And whether the photographs produced by the petitioner relate to site number 203, 204 or site number 62.
ಸೋಮವಾರನೇ verify ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
203, 204 ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್ 90.
ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅದೇನ್ ನೋಡುವ ಅದೇನ್ ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಅಂತ
ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ
ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು.
ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗೋಗಿದೆ.
ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ಈ ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು 62ಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೋ ಅಥವಾ 203, 204ಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು?
ರಿಪಿಟಿಷನ್ ಬರುವಾಗ ಅದು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಓವರ್
ಆಯ್ತು, ಇವಾಗ 62ಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ
ಪ್ಲೀಸ್
ಅವಾಗೇನಾಯ್ತು?
ಕ್ಲಾರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
ನಿಮ್ ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮಿಸ್ಲೀಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಅಂತ ಆಯ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ 62 ಮಾತ್ರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಈಗ
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಆ ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫ್ಸ್
ಹೌದು ಸರ್.
203, 204ಗೆ ಹಾಕಿರೋ ರಿಟ್ ಪಿಟಿಷನ್ ತಂದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಕಿದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು.
ಪ್ಲೀಸ್
203, 204 ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫ್ಸ್ ತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 62ಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನಾಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್.
ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್.
So therefore let them verify.
ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಸರ್.
And counsel for the so and so seeks time to comply with the order dated 10/7/26 list on 20th. 20th.
ಪ್ಲೀಸ್
Mahesh Uppin.
Appear for respondent number 3, my lord.
Yes.
Petitioner is the owner of the site bearing.
Ready na ella? All of you ready?
ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು amended writ petition ಗೆ objection ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ my lord. So could it be taken up on Monday, my lord?
The learned counsel for the respondent number 3 has filed objections to the amended writ petition. The same is taken on record. Copy ಕೊಡಿ.
Copy ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ.
ಇದರೊಳಗೆ BDA has to file objection.
In the meanwhile, we'll.
Last time direction
The learned counsel for the respondent number 2 seeks time to file objections. List on ಯಾವತ್ತು?
ಅದೇ ಬಹಳ ದಿವಸದಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ನೋಡಿ ಬಹಳ ದಿನದಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
We are awaiting affidavit ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮೇಡಮ್.
ಯಾವತ್ತು?
17th
next week. 17th.
Yes. ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಡೇಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. 20th. ಏನ್ ದೇವೇಂದ್ರ?
Obliged.
ಉನ್ನಿಕೃಷ್ಣ. ರವೀಂದ್ರನಾಥ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೇನ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ತಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಎಂಡೋರ್ಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಕಟ್ಸ್ಕೊತಾರೆ.
ಈ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬನ್ನಿ, ನಾಳೆಗೆ ಇಡ್ತೀನಿ. ತಗೊಂಡು ಬನ್ನಿ, ಇವತ್ತೇ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾಳೆಗೆ ಇಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಇವತ್ತು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬನ್ನಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದೆ. ಇನ್ನ ಟೈಮ್ ಇದೆ ಸರ್, 3:15 ಗಂಟೆ ಇದೆ, ಓಡ್ ಬನ್ನಿ. ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳ್ಸಿ ಸರ್, ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳ್ಸಿ, ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಓಡ್ ಬಂದ ಕೇಳಿ. ಕೆಲಸ ಬೇಗ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಎಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ನಾಳೆಗೆ ಇಡಿ. tomorrow list tomorrow.
Regarding reducing the 10%, the BD has to be replaced.
Regarding
10%, because sale price.
That's my lord, that online action site, my lords, paper publication al bandi.
Memo is filed by the learned counsel for the respondent, enclosing therewith a copy of the endorsement dated 13/8/2026. The same is taken on record. Yes. List tomorrow. Yes.
My lords, BDA ದವ್ರು ಕೇಳಿದೀವಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅವ್ರ ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ವೈಲೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ತಗೋತೀವಿ my lords. ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಾರ ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ 2 ವಾರ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ my lords, I will comply my lords.
This is that location movement ಅದೇನಾ?
ಹೌದು, that's it my lords. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ my lords rule 17 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದೀವಿ.
ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್, ಆಯ್ತು ಅದೇ ಸೈಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ, 10% ರಿಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅವರು.
Okay, my lords, I will take proper instruction, my lords. At least
what did you understand?
My lords, I understood, my lords. They action in the site, which ನಮ್ BD ಅವರು ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಬಿಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು my lords. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಇರೋದು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ಸೈಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರ ಕಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ my lords.
ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು?
That's it my lords. BD ಅವರು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ.
What did I tell you? What did you understand? I told you something right now, right?
Yes sir.
What did you understand?
10% ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿಗೆ ಓಪನ್, ಕೀಪ್ ಯುವರ್ ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಚೇಂಬರ್ ಓಪನ್.
ಒಬ್ಲೇಜ್
ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನು? ನೀವು ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇಂಟರ್ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಸೇಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಅವ್ರು ಇಂಟರ್ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಸೈಟ್ ತಗೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ರೆಡಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ರೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 10% ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು.
That's 1 week time maybe.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ? ಏನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು?
ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಏನ್ ಹರಾಜ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ 10% ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ನ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಏನ್ ಸೈಟ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರೋ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು.
ಯಾವತ್ತು ಹೇಳ್ತಿ?
2 weeks times 2 ವಾರ ಟೈಮ್.
2 ವಾರ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Land Council for the respondent seeks time to secure to regarding the order dated 6/8/2000, sir, to comply the order dated 6/8/26. List on
Next.
27th.
Number 52.
Oblige me.
DP Mahesh, serial number 52, DP Mahesh.
52. Huh? Ashwin
2004 we are allotted the site, my lord.
Madam,
2023
office director delete the name of Mr. Ashwin is already for the respond number 2 and continue the name of Murugesh Charati. Yes, what is this?
2004 we are allotted to them, my lord. 5 transactions are already over, my lord. Now 2023 they are seeking for the alternative allotment. It's a buffer zone, they are saying, my lord.
Buffer zone ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಯಾರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ?
2004, my lord, 19 years keep.
Madam, why did you allot a site which lies within the buffer zone?
That I have to check, my lord. I will file detailed objections, my lord.
Yeah. But how will you make use of this site if it lies in the buffer zone?
After 19 years is keep quiet. Transactions are already over. Hygienic sale ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ already.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾಳೆ ನೀವು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಖಾತೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. They will say it lies next to a drain, so therefore ಖಾತೆ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಲೋನ್ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. Please understand the difficulties of a citizen. Land Council for the respondent number 2 seeks time to file objections. Response also. H.C. Sundaresh.
Serial number 53, Sundaresh HC. For petition in this case. The 30/40 site was allotted in favor of petitioner vendor 1. J.
Petitioner's vendor.
Petitioner's vendor. In the year 2000. The allotment letter was also issued as per Annexure A. Then when the sale deed was executed in favor of petitioner's vendor by the PDA. As per Annexure B on 9/11/2005, 23/3/2005. Then when he sold the properties in my favor as per registered sale deed dated 11/4/2005. Then thereafter, the site was formed in survey number 37/1 of Valgedalli village. That site number, the erstwhile landowner has challenged the notifications and the BDA has denotified the said areas. Thereafter, he has no site on. Then he made a representation before the respondent for allotment of alternative site. This
So your vendor got 2 sites, one more site?
No, only one site.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಇದೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? After withdraw from the acquisition proceedings, BDA allotted a site in favor of the petitioner's vendor.
Petitioner's vendor.
Alternative allotment.
Same site.
Same.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು alternative site ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲ that.
HBRL ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ಅದು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸೈಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದು this is ಇದು ಸೈಟ್ HBR layout 829. This was allotted in favor of the petitioner's vendor. This site was sold in my favor.
ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಭಾರತಿ ಲೇಔಟ್.
ಇವಾಗ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದು?
ಇವರು ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, HBR ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ?
HBR ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಸರ್ HBR
2019 ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅವರು ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಾಂಗ್.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
2019 ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್.
ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಯಾವಾಗ?
ಅದು ಅಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು 2000 ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
HBR ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಯಾವಾಗ?
ಅದು ಸೇಮ್ ಈಕ್ವಲೆಂಟ್ ಲೇಔಟ್ಸ್. ಇವನ್ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಭಾರತಿ ಅಂಡ್ HBR ಆರ್ ದಿ ಈಕ್ವಲೆಂಟ್ ಲೇಔಟ್.
Yes, madam.
I'll file my objection, my lord.
Huh?
Prior appro. I'll file my
So
objection.
whatever is was the rate in the year 2004, you take that.
Annexure H.
What was the
my lord,
rate in 2004?
Identical cases, my lord, this court has allowed the
Hmm.
Annexure H.
ಜ್ಞಾನ ಭಾರತಿಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ HBR ಆಗಿದೆ, ಅದು ಆ ರೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ 2004 ಅಲ್ಲಿ HBR ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ನೀವು ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಫ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎನಿ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್, ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ 40-50 lakhs.
I will file my objections. I will file my objections, my lord. ಇದು prior approval.
ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇದು 4 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬಂತು, ಇನ್ನೂ ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ?
ಇದೆಲ್ಲ
Respondent
reinvestments.
number 2 seeks time to file objections. Respondent seeks time to file objections. List on 28th.
Serial number 54. Somsekhar
Which one?
K.
54, huh?
In identical matter, lordship already in order.
Case ಏನು?
Now the petitioners have purchased the sites, Lord, in survey number 65/3 of Dasarli village. Lord, in the year 1997 itself. And the other site owners already filed a writ petition and got Lord the
ಯಾವಾಗ, when did you purchase?
1997. Lord.
That same scheme, Prakash. Get yourself registered, do all those things. Registration ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಹೌದು 97 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ?
Still it's produced ಮಾಡಿ.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್
ಅಲ್ಲ
ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ನಾನು ಹೇಳುದು, so to delete the sites from the acquisition.
ಹಿಂಗೆ
And the landlord also filed a writ petition, Lord, challenging the acquisition, and is also in Lord before the Honorable Justice Keshav Committee. We are also purchased the sites from the landowner. So we have to go along with the Lord landowner.
Then you withdraw this petition. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗೆದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ.
ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಸಪೋಸ್ ಕಂಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡದೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಲಾರ್ಡ್.
So therefore you please register.
Others will not kindly produce the copy of the order. The others also filed writ petition and now they are also before the Honorable Justice Keshav Committee.
ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಿರಿ. If you want to independently pursue.
Connected matter, the lordship already passed and directed blood to go and appear before the Justice Keshav.
ಅಲ್ಲ site, even site owners can go.
Yes, wait,
As long as they register, my lords, that's what Justice ಇದು ಕೇಶವನಾರಾಯಣ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ.
Even site owners also can go and request.
PDA ಮುಂದೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗೇನು ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ಶಿಪ್. Either 20 quintals blood has not been acquired. Now our contention blood, our sites comes under the blood non-acquired land. Therefore, we have to establish before the blood the
This is for exclusion of the land alwa ಇದು.
sites. They are all site owners.
Now, where is the judgment of Justice Arvind Kumar? Whether the grievance of the site owners had to also to be looked into.
They have the authority and the power to look into it, but they have to register before the BDA.
If they were alternative sites, if he seeks for an alternative sites. The site owners also blood in so many matters. The site owners also blood gone to blood Justice Keshav Committee blood. Some of the sites have been deleted and some of the sites have not been deleted. On the ground that surrounding the lands have been deleted from the acquisition. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಬ್ಲಡ್ at least they will direct blood to file a blood apply for 38D ಆದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೊವಿಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ. after seeing my lord, all the documents. The Gram Panchayat my lord has sanctioned the plan.
ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡ್ರಿ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು
1997
ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು. What was the decision in the division bench? 2624 ಅಲ್ಲ 2625
ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ
ಅಲ್ಲ?
ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ my lord,
Site owners
site
ಏನು?
owners my lord, they have applicable alternative.
ಮತ್ತೆ
ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ even my site owners also can approach.
ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸಿ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸಿ. ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ?
You lordship my lord,
Please come to the judgment.
page number 72 my lord. It is already an order from the Honorable Court. Lordship, page number 12, 72 my lord, in my writ petition. In the year 2014 my lord. There my lord,
Division bench
they are
judgment.
also,
No, division bench judgment ಓದಿ first. ಕೊಡಿ ಅದು.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. Site owners my lord, they are only my lord to register my lord for alternative sites.
ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. We have already constructed small house.
ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. File an application before the BDA, registering yourself. BDA will consider allotting the same sites to you.
Lots of that finding my way.
ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ lots of my respect submission is. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
ಎಲ್ಲಿ?
ಏನಂತ 38 ಡೀಲ್ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ.
38 ಡೀಲ್ ಹಾಕೋದಲ್ಲ, ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲೇ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. 38 ಡಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Please consider that. ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. The petitioners have sought for a writ in the nature of mandamus to direct the respondents 2 and 3 to consider the representations dated 6/9/2017 in pursuance of the order dated 24/11/2014 in WP number 47176-47189/2014. Petitioners contend that survey number 65/3 of Dasaralli, KR Krishnarajpuram Hobli, Bengaluru East Taluk, belong to Dodda Appayanna.
ದೊಡ್ಡಪ್ಪ and others. ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ layout in the year 1996.
Who formed a layout of residential sites.
On 13/1/1996.
ಒಂದೇ ಓದಕ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಂಗೂ. Residential sites in an area measuring 23 guntas after obtaining a sanction from the local panchayat on 13/1/1996. Petitioner number 1 claimed that she purchased site number 9, while petitioner number 2 purchased site number 4 and petitioner number 3 purchased site number 45 in terms of a sale deed dated 16/7/97, 10/8/2015, ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಬಂದಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ?
ಅದು 13/6/97 ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಬೈ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಅದು.
ಏನ್ ಮೇಡಮ್? Site number ಆಯ್ತು, site number 4 ಆಯ್ತು, 45 ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? 45, full stop. Petitioner number 1 claimed that she purchased the site number 9 in terms of a sale deed dated 16/7/1997. While petitioner number 2 claimed that one Mr. Christopher V. Abel had purchased the site in terms of a sale deed dated 13/6/1997 and that she purchased it from Mr. Christopher in terms of a sale deed dated 10/8/2015. Likewise, the petitioner number 3 claimed that Mr. V. Nagaya and Srinivas Raju had purchased site number 45 in terms of a sale deed dated 21/11/97 and that she purchased it from the said Nagaya and Srinivas Raju in terms of a sale deed dated ಇವ್ರು ನಾಗರಾಜಿಂದ purchase 97.
ನಾಗರಾಜ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
Petition number 3 claims that she purchased site number 45 from Mr. V. Nagaya and Srinivas Raju in terms of a sale deed dated 21/11/1997. Full stop. They contend that the land in survey number 65/3 was notified for formation of Arkavati layout in terms of a preliminary notification dated 3/2/2003 and final notification dated 23/2/2004. Full stop. They contend that the acquisition was challenged before this court in WP number 1549-1550 and 11417/2005, which were allowed, and the notifications were allowed in terms of an order dated 15/4/2005, and the notifications were quashed. This was challenged before the division bench in writ appeal 2624 of 2005 and connected appeals. The writ appeals were allowed on 25/11/2005 and the division bench laid down certain guidelines for redressing the grievances of the land losers as well as the owners of sites who are affected by the acquisition. Full stop. Petitioners contend that following the guidelines issued by the division bench of this court, they filed representation dated 6/9/2017 along with an order passed by this court in WP number 47176-47189/2014. Full stop. The petitioners categorically claimed in the representation that lands lying around the land in survey number 65/3 were excluded from acquisition. And therefore, the land in survey number 65/3 was an isolated pocket.
Not in this judgment, your lordship na ಕೇಳಿ ಮೇಡಮ್.
Petitioner claims that the said representation is not considered and therefore the petitioners are before this court seeking for a direction to the respondents to consider their representation. Next para. The learned counsel for the petitioner reiterated the above submissions and submitted that this court in similar circumstances in WP number 13/844 of 2026 had directed the petitioners therein to approach the committee constituted under the chairmanship of Justice K.N. Keshav-Narayana which was directed to consider the representation filed by the petitioners. He therefore contends that similar relief be granted to the petitioners also. However, the learned counsel for the respondent submits that the petitioners are all site owners of sites
I'll make
purchased in.
one submission, madam. Is the order ಅಲ್ಲಿ page number 750, Lord Justice Arvind Aye, Lord page number 750.
ಓದಿ.
And the committee shall also examine the applications of revenue site holders for allotment of sites in accordance with the extent of circular BDA dated 9/6/2017 and resolution dated 18/4/2017, keeping in mind the law laid down in Junjamma's case and also keeping in mind paragraph 3.
ಜುಂಜಮ್ಮ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲೂ ಈ ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲೂ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು. ಜುಂಜಮ್ಮ ಕೇಸು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಬೆಂಚ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ನೀವು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದಿದೆ. Paragraph 3.2, the memo filed with the division bench. To allot have ensured the revenue whose registered account which will be known direction to. ಹಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಾಯ್ತು submits that the division bench of this court, while considering the case of the owners of sites, had held as follows. She contends that the coordinate bench of this court, while considering various orders passed by the BDA, by the authority rejecting the representations filed by the land losers, had constituted a committee headed by Honorable Justice K.N. Keshavanarayana to go into the questions of discrimination in the matter of selecting and excluding lands from acquisition. She contends insofar as owners of sites are concerned, the division bench had specifically held that those site owners, those persons who had purchased sites prior to the preliminary notification, they are entitled to register themselves for allotment of an alternate site. And the respondent and that the authority shall consider those applications in the order of seniority and allot the sites. Full stop. She therefore contends that the petitioners cannot be relegated before Honorable Justice, before the committee headed by Honorable Justice K.N. Keshavanarayana, as the issues before the committee does not relate to owners of sites, but relate to owners of, relate to land losers who have lost land. Full stop. She therefore contends that the petitioners be directed to register themselves register themselves under the BDA allotment of site rules 1984. And that the respondents and that the respondent number 2 would consider the applications of the petitioners for allotment of the sites as alternate sites under the rules adu alternate site rules could division bench judgment could it's somewhere extracted here alla illide bidi will register themselves themselves as applicants for allotment under the BDA allotment of site rules 1984. And petitioners shall pay only registration fee and are exempt from paying any initial deposit. Full stop. Applications. The same would be considered in accordance with law. Full stop. Consider submission so and so. Next para. The division bench of this court, while considering the validity of the acquisition for formation of Arkavati layout, consider the grievances of owners of sites who had purchased sites prior to the acquisition and held as follows. Paragraph number 106CA 123. Therefore, the petitioners are bound to register themselves before the respondent number 2 in the manner set out in the above paragraphs. And the respondent number 2 shall consider allotting the very same sites as an alternate site to them, if the petitioners have put up construction thereon. Full stop. In that view of the matter, the petition is disposed of directing the petitioners to approach the respondent number 2 and register themselves for allotment of an alternate site as prescribed by the division bench of this court in Writ Appeal 2624 of 2005. The respondent number 2 shall consider the same in accordance with law and at any rate within a period of 3 months from the date of the petitioner's filing an application in the manner stated above. Until then, the respondent shall not take any action to demolish or damage or vandalize any construction put up by the petitioners on their respective properties.
Serial number 55, Govind Raju K.
K. Govindraj.
Beg to appear for the respondent 1 and 2, my lord.
Short accommodation, my lord. Senior is not well.
No, he says K. Govindraj, the name of his individual. Vijay Kumar.
Respondent 1 and 2 by me, lord.
Non-counsel for the petitioner seeks time response also. Sanat Kumar Shetty.
Interim order to take.
Interim order is extended till the next day. Suraj Patil. Just a minute. Please give me 2 minutes.
My lord, counsel appearing for the respondent.
Yes. Yes. 56 Suraj Patil.
My lord, counsel appearing for the respondent. The counsel on record it not feeling well, my lord. Kindly place time for 2 days.
ಒಂದು 10 ಸರಿ ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಯ್ತು.
ಎಷ್ಟು ಸತಿ ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೋತಿದ್ರ ಅಂತ ಬೈತಿದಾರ ಅವ್ರು ನಿಮಗೆ.
My lord,
Sanat
counsel
Kumar
one
Shetty
who are on record is not feeling well, my lord.
Madam, last time I imposed cost of rupees 2000. 2000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ದಂಡ ಹಾಕಿದೀನಿ. ಇನ್ನೂ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ?
My lord, kindly give a short accommodation, my lord.
Madam, see how many times you have taken adjournment.
Simple matter.
Andamasa.
Simple matter.
ಏನು matter?
Lord, he was declared to be a successful bidder. And I had paid the initial amount. And thereafter it was found that it was coming within the buffer zone. I addressed a letter to them that instead of that you give me an alternative site or refund my amount. Then they addressed a communication that 12 square meters of the area falls within buffer zone. You pay the reduced price. That was also paid and the additional amount was also paid. Then they impose penalty for late payment. And they have also not executed the sale deed in my court.
Yes, madam.
My lord, one who on record, not feeling well. I am not on the record, my lord. I don't know about regarding the facts itself. Kindly give me short accommodation, 2 days. He will argue, his address his argument.
ಬಡ್ಡಿ ಮೊತ್ತ 9,71,000 ದಂಡ 1,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಸೇರಿ 9 ಲಕ್ಷ ಪಾವತಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ.
ಅವ್ರದ್ದೇ ಡಿಲೇ.
Yes. Madam, I cannot wait. We'll dispose this off.
And I have also filed an application.
My lord, kindly begging for 2 days, my lord.
Begging. Please tomorrow. Please bring him tomorrow.
Much obliged, your lordship.
You say you're begging, but you're not to be seen.
Number 57, Srinivas Murthy, yes.
Lordship, praise time, your lordship. Family member of the senior has passed away. Is traveled. Family member of the senior has passed away. Is traveled to Mysore.
Family member can be anybody, madam.
No, your lordship. Father-in-law of the senior.
Land council for the petitioner seeks time, list on so and so.
First week of the September, your lordship.
28 August.
First week, lordship, first week of the September.
What is?
Third August, third September. Third September.
Office. Mr. H.L. Pradeep Kumar is directed to accept notice for respond number 1. Counsel for the petitioner is directed to serve copy of the writ petition along with all enclosures to Mr. H.L. Pradeep Kumar. Office director to show his name in the cause list. Yes.
Bill number 58, Subbareddy KN.
58
Murugesh
ನಲ್ಲಿ-
Sarati.
58 ನಲ್ಲಿ
Any other day, Mala, my senior held up in Kota number 4, he is arguing the matter.
ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ
Short point ಅಂದ್ರೆ how short?
ಒಂದು 10 minutes.
Hmm.
My land is acquired by virtue of preliminary notification. Dated as a preliminary and final notification in 2002 and 2003.
ಯಾವ layout?
Banchankri 6 stage.
Hmm.
Banchankri 6ನೇ ಅಂತ ಬಡಾವಣೆ. Page 31 is the final notification.
Hmm.
Dated 9th September 2003.
Hmm.
Then Lord, I approached this honorable court, page 36. Challenging the acquisition.
Hmm.
This honorable court, I am at page number 36, Lord. In the writ petitioners, first writ petition Chamanna, Nalli, I am at seal number 6 and 7. The direction was to delete the land if they are nursery lands or.
ಇನ್ನು ಮಾಲೀಕತ್ವದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಹ ಒದಗಿಸಿರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ.
Our amended petition nalli. In the amended petition, Lord, the amendment application, the order is there, or the BDA. Operative portion nalli ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? Operative portion, page 7, amendment application, Lord. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ order enclose ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. Additional annexure.
Amendment application.
Application, that amendment was allowed, the order is still there in that application. ಪೇಜ್ 7 ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಪ್ರಾಧಿಕಾರ ವರದಿಯನ್ನು ಸರ್ಕಾರವು ಪರಿಶೀಲಿಸಿದ್ದು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ತಾಲೂಕು ಉತ್ರಳ್ಳಿ ಮನವರ್ತ ಕಾವಲ್ ಗ್ರಾಮದ ಸರ್ವೆ ನಂಬರ್ 8/2 3 acre 5 ಗುಂಟಾಸ್ 9/2 3 acre 24 ಗುಂಟಾಸ್ and 9/3 3 acre 13 ಗುಂಟಾ ವಿಸ್ತೀರ್ಣದ ಜಮೀನುಗಳಿಗೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ತೀರ್ಪು ಅನುಮೋದನೆಗೊಂಡಿರುವುದರಿಂದ ಹಾಗೂ ಪ್ರಾಧಿಕಾರದ ಸಭೆಯ ದಿನಾಂಕ 25/6/2007 ವಿಷಯ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ 118 of 2007 ರಲ್ಲಿ ಭೂಸ್ವಾಧೀನದಿಂದ ಕೈಬಿಡಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗದೇ ಇರುವ ಪ್ರಕರಣಗಳೆಂದು ಗುರುತಿಸಿರುವುದರಿಂದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನಿತ ಸರ್ವೆ ನಂಬರ್ ಜಮೀನುಗಳನ್ನು ಭೂಸ್ವಾಧೀನ ಕೈಬಿಡುವುದಂತೆ ಕೋರಿರುವ ತಮ್ಮ ಮನವಿಯನ್ನು ಪರಿಗಣಿಸಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿರುವುದಿಲ್ಲವೆಂದು ತಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. But this very issue on that 118 of 2007 resolution was overturned by the division bench. Division bench held that that resolution cannot be a basis for rejecting. Kindly similar page, in my case only, the same petitioner's case, page 187.
Hmm.
Page 187. 180. Idರಲ್ಲಿ, of course, I did not know about the existence of the resolution. Kindly similar page 207. Page para 11, page 208. I was the appellant 5 and 6.
Yes.
Learned senior counsel K.N. Padindra would submit that the lands held by the appellant number 5 and 6 also fall within the exceptions carved out in para B1 of the operative portion of the order disposing of the writ petition. The lands held by the appellants are admittedly garden lands, and the status of the lands has also been confirmed by the BDA in its status report filed before this court, and in that view, he would submit that the appellants are also entitled to avail the liberty vested in the parties by the learned single judge as noted supra. In view of the appellants being similarly situated as the appellant in WA number so and so, we are of the considered opinion that the instant appeal by appellant number 3 to 5 can be disposed of in terms of the order passed by the coordinate bench while disposing of WA 1080 of 2006 by order dated 18/1. Same Shamanna's order. Here, Therefore, my lord, they had to decide on the nursery land status. But originally, I filed this writ petition way back in 2006, page 36, maybe see. I came to the court at the earliest point of time. Actually, it was filed in 2003. Immediately after the notification, that first writ petition, Lord Shamanna, your lordship has referred that judgment in some case, in one or two cases.
ಶಾಮಣ್ಣಗೂ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧ?
ನಂದು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಶಾಮಣ್ಣ ಜೊತೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಪಿಟಿಷನರ್ 6 and 7. Page 37. C.K. Raju and M. Ravikumar. Vajrayali. Page 6 and 7. Then directions were issued by the learned bench by 184 nalli. Page 184. B2 nalli. B1 nalli. All the petitioners who are landowners or converted site owners for non-agricultural use of land in accordance with law, who are seeking dropping of the acquisition proceedings in so far as their respective land sites are concerned, on the ground that A, their land situated are within greenbelt, B, totally built up, C, converted for non-agricultural use, D, garden and recognized nursery lands, who have built hospitals and educational institutions and factories, who have not been served with the notice of acquisition, and who are in doubt about the inclusion of land in notification are permitted to make appropriate application to the authorities seeking such exclusion and exemption and producing documents to substantiate their contention within 3 months from the date of this order. But idadmele kindly see not page the status of the land as it was then on the day of acquisition, the Mazar. Idu page 229. On 30/10/2003, Lord, Mazar. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಜರ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಪ್ರಾಧಿಕಾರ ವಿಶೇಷ ಭೂಸ್ವಾಧೀನಕಾರವರ ರಾಜಸ್ವ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷಕರ ಸಮಕ್ಷಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ತಾಲೂಕು ಉತ್ತರಹಳ್ಳಿ ಹೋಬಳಿ ಮನವರ್ತಕಾವಲ್ ಗ್ರಾಮದ ಸರ್ವೆ ನಂಬರ್ 8/2 ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಜಮೀನ್ ಬಳಿ ಸೇರಿದ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಸಹಿ ಮಾಡಿರುವ ಪೈಕಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ ಮಾಜರ್. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಟೀಕ್ ಮರ 85, ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ 1, ACC ಪಂಪ್ ಹೌಸ್ 1.
ನರ್ಸರಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ?
ನರ್ಸರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್. ಗಾರ್ಡನ್
ಟೀಕ್ ಮರ ಇದ್ರೆ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದಿದೆ ಖಂಡಿಸಿ 243 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್, ಪಂಪ್ ಹೌಸ್, ತೆಂಗಿನ ಮರ ಚಿಕ್ಕದು, ತೆಂಗಿನ ಮರ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಇದೆ, ತೇಗದ ಮರ ಸಸಿ, ಸಪೋಟ ಗಿಡ 150 10 ವರ್ಷದ್ದು, ಹುಣಸೆ ಮರ 3 ವರ್ಷ, ಬಿದಿರು ಮಳೆ, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 100.
ಇದೆಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನರ್ಸರಿ? ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ
ನರ್ಸರಿ ಅಂತ?
ನರ್ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ,
ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್.
ದಿಸ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಹುಣಸೆ ಮರ ಸಪೋಟ ಗಿಡ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ?
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿತ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್, all the 3 survey numbers. It has the record of the trees. 2003 ನಲ್ಲಿ 257 ನಲ್ಲಿ ತೆಂಗಿನ ಮರ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸರ್ವೆ ನಂಬರ್ 257.
ಇದೇನ ಇದಕ್ಕೇನೋ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 60-40 ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದಿದೆ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್ವೆ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್.
ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ.
ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್ವೆ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ ಅಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್, ಡಿನೋಟಿಫೈಡ್. ನಮ್ದು ಒಂದೇ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಅಕ್ವೈರ್.
Proposal sent to the state government, Mala. State government has rejected.
How can they acquire only? ಸರಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಲ್ಲ.
ಫುಲ್ ಡಿಲೀಟ್.
No, my lord.
ನೋ ಮೈಲಾಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ ಅವರು.
ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಡಿಲೀಟೆಡ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಅಕ್ವೈರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಐಸೋಲೇಟೆಡ್, ಓನ್ಲಿ ದಟ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್.
There is almost 10 acres.
10 acres.
10 acres will be good for formation of a layout, substantial layout. But I'll take this instruction whether this all are deleted or not. The fact that, Lord,
you take instructions. If everything is deleted,
yes,
then I think you will have to reconsider the representation in the light of these deletions.
Yes.
ರಚಿಸಬಹುದಾಗಿದೆ, ಖಾಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ. ಬರೀ ಅವರ ಜಮೀನಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಗಿಡಗಳಿದೆ.
Take instruction one, but they are required to challenge the government order.
ಮಾಡಿ challenge amendment allowed.
Barcode Land Council for the petitioner has handed over a Google image which shows that survey number 9/3, 9/2 and 8/2. 9/1,
ಇಲ್ಲ 9/3,
9/3, 9/2 and 8/2.
8/2.
Of which village?
UM Kaval village.
Huh?
UM Kaval village.
ಎಂತದು ನೋಡಮ್ಮ.
ಉತ್ತರ ಮನವರ್ತ ಕಾವಲ್.
ಮನವರ್ತೆ ಕಾವಲ್, ಉತ್ತರ ಮನವರ್ತೆ ಕಾವಲ್. Which shows that land surrounding survey number 9/3, 9/2 and 8/2 are excluded from acquisition. Full stop. The land council for the respond number 2 and 3 is therefore directed to secure instructions whether the Google image furnished by the land council for the petitioner truly represents the area which is excluded in and around the land bearing survey number 9/3, 9/2 and 8/2. Distance on so yavattu
20th.
Not one in submission. Not their case before the learned single judge and before the honorable division bench is that the adjoining lands are not deleted. Their case was not that. Their case is my land is a garden land, and by virtue of the assurance given by the BDA and the state government that the government that these lands garden lands will not be acquired, I am entitled for a consideration before by the state government. Their case was not that the lands are left, surrounding lands are left out from the purview of our council. But this will be a totally
That's so fair enough. First you find out.
Please.
Find out if this is the fact.
Yes.
Then we'll have to consider whether this any purpose would be served in keeping the
Yes.
acquisition
10
alive.
acres of a land, Lord, I will be in a position to form a substantial yard. Lord, for example, at least, Lord, I will be able to form 200 sites more.
ಎಷ್ಟು?
200.
In 10 acres.
ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. 200 sites can be formed.
ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೀರು, ಕರೆಂಟು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ?
Lord, it is not that somebody else has provided all this infrastructure to.
No, we do not know. How are you going to lay the sewage?
But everything is done by me only in the entire layout.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ
ಅಲ್ಲೂ ನಾನು
ಸೀವೇಜ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ನಾನೇ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ.
ಹಾ?
ರೋಡ್, ವಾಟರ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ.
ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ? ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಪಕ್ಕದವ್ರು ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ.
Lord, Lordship should kindly.
If this represents the actual area.
Please.
ರೋಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ?
Your Lordship would kindly see this, if this is the place which has to be, which is looked into, this becomes a compact block for us. I will be able to show.
First you please let us know.
Yes.
Whether this really represents the area which is excluded and included.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪಕ್ಕದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಂದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಟರಿ ಆಗಿ
Next, ಸೋಮಶೇಖರ್
ಪ್ಲೀಸ್
10 days.
ಮುರುಗೇಶ್,
After 10 days.
ಯಾವುದು?
20th.
ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಯಾವ ಡೇಟ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. Any date you want.
20th.
24th, 25th ಇದೆ, ಯಾವತ್ತು ಬೇಕು?
25th.
25th. ಸೋಮಶೇಖರ್ KM.
Next ನಮ್ದೆ.
ಮುರುಗೇಶ್ ಚರಾಟಿ.
ಇದು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್.
Lord, seeking issuance is in the nature of mandamus, my lord, let the consider for allotment of that site, my lord. That site was still vacant. It's not allotted to anybody. They have issued an endorsement, petitioner is entitled.
Yes, Murugesh.
Please. But they've asked for, Lord, consideration of allotment of one particular site, Lord, that may not be permissible.
ಇದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ.
Annexure E ಅವರೇ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Annexure E, your lordship, kindly see the annexure E page.
ಕಟ್ಟಪ್ಪ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವ
Annexure E ಅವರೇ sought for.
ಮಾಳಗಾಳ ವಿಲೇಜ್.
ಹೌದು.
ಮಾಳಗಾಳ ವಿಲೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ದು ಅಕ್ವಿಸಿಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಹೌದು.
This is for the outer ring road.
ಹೌದು.
ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಿ?
ಅದೇ ಏರಿಯಾನೇ, ಮಾಳಗಾಳದಲ್ಲೇ ನಾಗರಬಾವಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್.
317.
ಔಟರ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ರೋಡ್ 2004 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರೋದು, ಮಾಲ್ಗಾಳ 89 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ
ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾಗರಬಾವಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ is somewhere in 1984.
84. Outer ring road is in 2004. 1 and 2. Sorry. ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಲ್ಗಾಳದಲ್ಲೇ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅದಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರೆ
ಅಲ್ಲ, annexure E-
ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ
ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಅಂತ annexure E ನೋಡಿ ಸರ್.
ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಕೊಡಿ.
ಪೇಜ್ 24 ಅಲ್ಲಿ
ಈ
ಅವರೇ
same-
ಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್, ಕರೆಂಟ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಇದು ಹೆಂಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವರು ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅಲ್ಲೇನಾದ್ರು ಸೈಟ್ ಖಾಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಕ್ ಒಂದು ECD ಕಳಿಸಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಹಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಅ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್. ಇದನ್ನ ಕಳಿಸಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈಡ್ ದ ಸೈಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ ಅನ್ನೋದು
annexure G ಪೇಜ್ 31 ನೋಡಿ, ಅದು ವೇಕೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ.
ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಅಲ್ಲ, ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಲೆಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈಟ್.
ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೈಟ್ or
The
any other
petitioner has sought for a writ in the nature of mandamus to direct the respondents to consider issuing a letter of allotment in respect of site number 317 situated at 7th block, Nagarbavi second stage, Bengaluru. As per the current status report submitted by the engineering section of the BDA dated 25/2026, BDA number so and so. Next, petitioner contends that she was the owner of the property bearing number 61A, Car Auto server number 9 bar Malgala village, which was acquired for formation of the outer ring road. Full stop. Which was acquired, but which was used up by the respondent number 1 for formation of the outer ring road. The engineering section of the respondent number 1 inspected the property of the petitioner and found that an area measuring 900 square feet was utilized without acquisition. Full stop. The petitioner therefore submitted a representation dated 12/5/2014 seeking allotment of an alternate site. Full stop. The respondent number 1 issued a notice dated 6/2/2015 calling upon the petitioner to produce the relevant documents in respect of site number 61A, which was accordingly done in terms of a letter dated 37/2015. So petitioner thereafter submitted 2 more representations requesting for allotment of an alternate site, which did not evoke any response, and therefore the petitioner filed WP number 18130 of 2023. Full stop. The writ petition was allowed by order dated 6/12/2024, and the respondent number 1 was directed to consider the representation within an outer limit of 3 months. Petitioner contends that she came to know that alternative sites were allotted to similarly placed persons, similarly losers of sites, as per a resolution passed by the respondent number 1. Full stop. The petitioner then filed CCC 989 of 2025, alleging the non-consideration of her representations. During the pendency of the contempt proceedings, an endorsement dated 18/2/2026 was issued to her, stating that she was entitled to allotment of an alternate site in terms of the resolution referred above, and that her case is forwarded to the concerned section for allotment of a site. Full stop. In view of the aforesaid, the contempt petition was dropped. Full stop. The respondent number 2 thereafter sought current status report from the engineering section of the BDA. In response to the same, the engineering section of the BDA submitted a detailed report to respondent number 2 stating that site number 317 at 7th block, Nagarbavi second stage layout is vacant and available for allotment. Petitioner contends that the said site is free from all encumbrances, and therefore prays that the direction be issued to the respondent to consider allotting site number 317 as an alternate site to the petition, alternate site. The learned counsel for the petitioner reiterated above submissions and prayed that since the site number 317 is available for allotment, the respondent number 1 be directed to allot the said site. However, the learned counsel for the respondent submitted that the petitioner does not have a right to seek allotment of a particular site. However, he contends that the respondent number 1 would consider the representations of the petitioner and take appropriate steps to allot a suitable alternative site. Full stop. He submits that the petitioner cannot compel this court that site number 317 should be allotted to the petitioner. I have given my anxious consideration to the submission made by the learned counsel of the petitioner and the learned counsel of the respondents. Next para. If the respondent number 2 has identified a site pursuant to the request of the petitioners, the respondents are bound to take it forward. However, if such identification is in the normal course of business, the petitioner cannot compel the respondents to allot the said site. Full stop. In that way of the matter, it is appropriate to direct the respondents to consider the request of the petitioners for allotment of an alternate site. Full stop. If site number 317 could be allotted to the petitioner as an alternate site, the respondents 1 and 2 shall take appropriate steps to allot the same in accordance with law. In that way of the matter, this writ petition is disposed of, directing the respondents to consider the representations of the petitioners. And if site number 317 could be allotted to the petitioners, the respondents shall take proper and necessary steps to allot the said site and also take further steps to conclude the allotment by executing necessary deeds of conveyance.
317.
This shall be complied within a period of 3 months.
317 is 30-40. ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಲಿಜಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದು 2030. ಇವ್ರೇನಂತ ನಾನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೊಡಿ. Eligibility is held to be 2030 only.
Yes.
Recommendation.
Yeah. This shall be complied within a period of 3 months. Yes. Sridhar G. B.S. Sachin. ಏನಾಯ್ತು ರವೀಂದ್ರನಾಥ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Very good. So you can withdraw it.
Demand drafts.
Withdraw ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ?
They say challan they will be issuing tomorrow, but anyway payment paying slips ಅದು still
Withdraw ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ?
ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Once they have accepted it.
A memo is filed by the learned counsel for the petitioner to withdraw the writ petition since the respondents have issued a challan. Stop. Memo kudi. In view of the memo, the petition is dismissed as withdrawn. Yes. Yes, Mr. Sridhar.
My lord, day of approval. Application, the second application which you have filed is filed on 16/4.
Yes, madam. Yes, Mr. Sachin.
We will consider it in accordance with law, my lords. Previously, they have submitted an application, my lords. Previously, they have submitted an application. And also, they have filed a writ petition and it was disposed of to consider. Subsequently, my lord, they have filed another application to the larger extent is concerned. We will consider it in accordance with law. With the time
Petition is sought for writ in the nature of mandamus to direct the response 1 to 3 to approve the plan filed by the petition number 2 on 16/4/2026. Alternatively, they have sought for writ in the nature of mandamus to direct the respondents 1 to 3 to consider the application dated 16/4/2026 and pass appropriate orders. ಏನು ಎರಡು ಸೇಮ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
They themselves stated to the larger extent.
The petitioners claim that they filed that they being owners of they submits that they filed an application for sanction of a layout plan on 12/9/2025, which was not approved for nearly 3 months. They approached this court in WP number 38801 of 25, which was allowed, and the respondents were directed to pass appropriate orders. However, the said order was not complied. In the meanwhile, the petitioners filed another application dated 16/4/26 for modified layout plan approval. Petitioners claim that even after expiry of 90 days, the respondents have not decided the application. The petitioners are therefore before this court seeking for a direction to the respondents to approve the plan or consider their application dated 16/4/2026. The learned counsel for the petitioners reiterated the above submissions and contended that the delay in sanctioning the layout plan is affecting the project and the petitioners are suffering loss every day. Full stop. For praise, a direction be issued to the respondents to approve the layout plan. The Land Council for the response, on the other hand, contended that the application filed by the petitioners for approval of a layout plan would be considered in accordance with law within a period of
3 months minutes.
3 months. Deemed approval ಏನು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ
3 months. 3 months.
Deemed approval ಎಷ್ಟು
90 days.
KTCP Act ಕೊಡಿ. What is the either 1 month or 3 months?
3 months.
15 2 na
Please minutes.
3 months. 3 months ಆಗೋಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ.
But that's for the earlier application minutes.
No 16/4/26.
1 month
7
time.
ಆಗೋಯ್ತಲ್ಲ. I consider submission so and so. And under section 15 of the KTCP Act 1961, the respondent is bound to communicate its decision within 3 months from the date of receipt of the acknowledgement of receipt of an application for sanction of development plan, failing which the plan so submitted is deemed to have been granted. This is however subject to the plan being in conformity with the land use prescribed in the master plan. Full stop. Therefore, the respondents are bound to act with caution and with alacrity to ensure that such requests for sanction of development plan is considered at the earliest. Full stop. In the instant case, though the petitioners had filed an application within 3 months, on 16/4/2026, the respondent number 1 has not considered, respondents have not considered the same as provided under section 15(2) of the KTCP Act 1961. Full stop. In that view of the matter, it is only appropriate to grant, to direct the respondents to consider the application filed by the petitioners for within 1 month from today, failing which, the petitioners, it shall be treated, it shall be deemed that the request made by the petitioners is granted, and the petitioner shall be at liberty to proceed with the formation of the layout in accordance with law. Actually, deemed permission ನಾವೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು.
I'm not aware minutes whether they have passed award or not. Minutes.
No, I don't know. If it is not already done ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿ.
Please minutes.
If it is not already considered.
Much of it. Let's see. Maybe from date of receipt of copy minutes.
Huh?
Date of receipt of certificate.
You will get it by tomorrow.
I'll see.
ನಾಳೆ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಇವತ್ತೇ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
Please minutes. Oblige minutes.
Close ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ.